first time today? Raise your hand. First time cosplayers. Okay, not first time, but beginner cosplayers.
Okay. I'm this one.
People who just come to Japan and start cosplaying in Japan.
That's me.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I've been here for about almost 3 years now, and I cosplay for about the same time. But there's still so much thing I didn't know about, like, is it okay to do this? Or is it not okay to do that? Because in Japan, there is a lot of unwritten manners, especially when it comes to cosplay. Like, I believe you guys feel that. So I'm going to try to explain to you about that in lightning speed in a nutshell. So the big question, because you came to Japan and you see Harajuku fashion, people dressing gothic all the time in the street, and you'll be like, oh, I want to do that, but I want to do it in a cosplay character. Is it okay to do that? So the question of is it okay to cosplay in public, for example in the streets, parks, Akihabara, Harajuku, Shibuya, all the awesome places. The answer is yes and no. What the fuck, Leona? Sorry. Yes, because it's not illegal per se. But it's no, and it's more toward hell no, because it's highly frowned upon. So if you're cosplaying out in the town, in the street, cosplaying a certain character from a certain series, that is, you don't cosplay a fashion genre, outside of a certain event day that organized by a real cosplay organizer, it's not okay to cosplay in the street. For the love of cosplay, please don't do that. Why? Because while it's not illegal, it's very highly frowned upon by the cosplay community in Japan. So, yeah, don't cosplay in the street. But there's a lot of cool parks in Tokyo. Like you wanna take pictures in one of the cool parks in Tokyo, in Yoyogi, wherever. Is it okay to do a cosplay gathering or cosplay photo shoot in the park? The answer again also yes and no. I'm so sorry. It's not illegal again, but the rule vary from park to park. So the best thing to do is that you have to call the park management and check if it's okay to do a personal cosplay photo shoot, because they usually very, like, as soon as they heard, oh, it's going to be publicized, they'll be like, oh, hell no. But if you say, oh, this is my hobby, it's a personal photo shoot, you call in advance, is it okay to do that? Is it okay to use tripod and lighting equipment? Like, really, really check in advance, because some parks is okay with that. For example, the Chiba no Mori Park is okay with having a personal cosplay photo shoot. Other parks, I don't know much, but you have to check in advance. Usually, if there is no event going on, then it's better not to do it. You better off with a cosplay studio such as this one. A more controlled environment where nobody definitely gonna arrest you or like look down and say, oh my god, what the hell is that? So like, we're foreigners here, we already stick like a sore thumb. You don't want to stand out more than you have to and get in trouble because of that. Why? Because if you get in trouble while you're in cosplay, you're not gonna, make a bad image for yourself. It's gonna be bad image for the whole Japanese cosplayer community. So yeah. So please try not to do cosplay in public outside of event day. But do know it's manageable. Like for example, if you want to cosplay in park, you can call the management and say, oh, what kind of permission letter should I have? You can actually apply for them that you want to shoot on this day with this many people, and they'll be totally okay with that. As long as you've done the paperwork, it's like everything else in Japan. Paperwork is really important. Or for example, in Ikebukuro, every weekend, or like at least once a month, there is a small cosplay gathering event. You can go there, they provide you changing room, they provide you locker, you can store your stuff, you can change in peace, and you can meet other cosplayers. So in Japan, outside of event day, please don't go walking around in cosplay outfits like it's some sort of fashion. Believe me, it's not. And people here, they can tell the difference between which one is cosplay and which one is fashion. So if you're cosplaying something, a character from a licensed franchise, you don't want to do that outside of a cosplay studio or outside of organized event. Okay, that clear? Yeah. Awesome. Any questions? question? If there's any question, let me know.
I have a question.
Yes.
How far in advance should you call if you're trying to use your
I would say a week in advance is a good idea. Or if you're really short on time, 2 to 3 days in advance. Depend on the park. If it's really famous park or big park, then their bureaucracy will be bigger. So you want to keep that in mind. If it's a smaller, unknown park, then it might be easier to go to. But the reason, like the rule is very, like some parks, they have an incident with cosplayer in the past where a child cried because the cosplayer brings a sword, and it's around Akiba here somewhere. And like now, the cosplay totally banned like the park totally banned cosplayer, and it's really sad because the park is actually cool. So yeah, so we don't want to repeat that kind of incident. So, but you know, if you check in advance, if you call and do the paperwork, be very polite when you ask. They usually let you get away with it. Believe me. Like as long as you check and do the paperwork in advance, you can do anything in Japan.